So when we last left off here in Candala Obscura, the party had discovered that there had been a mysterious round of murders of late, where they've been finding bodies completely drained of all their fluids. The circle had gone to several places to see if they could find clues, including the police station, where they gathered some records, discovering that there had been redacted information. They went to the morgue, where they met an old associate of one of the members, and some of the party members had some PTSD moments thrust upon them in the situation. And she was quite the colorful person. The group also swung by the casino to see if they could gather any information on the mark that they discovered from the child talking about this noble lord. Upon gathering as much information as they could, they then went to the Lord's mansion, where the party spoke to the Lord, and your following young doctor decided that she would examine the Lord's daughter, who had been apparently, as of late, taken to a very serious and deadly illness, but had recovered miraculously. Upon the examination, though, Candace discovered a strange medallion embedded into the back of the young woman, and as she discovered that the young woman transformed into a hideous monster before her and tried to eat her. Shenanigans ensued as the party tried to find Candace before it was too late, but after some mishaps of running around the room, one of your companions just completely getting lost and never getting found till he got to the exit, battling and vicious things, the party, by the skin of their teeth, escaped the mansion and are now back in the alleyway, panting and recovering, with one companion saying, "Fuck it, I'm going back to the casino." Another companion re-emerging with John. And you tending your wounds. What shall you do?
I think we were separating to get information, if I remember correctly. Two people were going to a library to look into that symbol.
Okay.
I think that was
Yeah, I think
Jeremy and Candace. And then John and Corey were going to go talk to what's his face about something, but I don't remember what it was.
It was Bertram, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Bertram, but I don't remember what we were going to ask him.
Well, my assumption would be you were going to ask him anything about the, what you call it? Uh, about the whole amulet and stuff. If he might have any info, is what I was assuming.
That's a good
No,
starting point. I don't think that's what we were doing, but oh, look at all my nat ones. Oh god,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to do that again today.
You know when you get a few
no,
out of the
actually,
way?
I think I remember what it was.
What was that?
We're going to ask him about what he knew of the Lord's journeys and where he went.
That makes sense. That could very well be what you were going for. In any case, let us start then back at the lighthouse first, then, just for simplicity's sake. So as you guys split up to gather more information and figure out where it goes, we first start with Corey and John returning to Bertram. He is once more at the lighthouse, looking over his notes as you approach him. He's, "Oh, you're back. Did you discover what you were looking for?"
I shake my head no to Bertram.
"Oh my god, dear, you look... I don't mean to be crude, but you look like something the cat dragged in."
I don't feel much better, to be honest with you.
Oh, my word.
And we're not even done.
Oh, no. Oh, this is... Normally you look like that only at the end of a mission.
Oh yeah. I'm still ready to go back in though. We had some questions for you.
Of course.
I motion to John.
John had this backpack with him, and he tosses the backpack over to Bertram's feet, and like the top opens up, and you see like 3 severed werewolf heads come out of the backpack, and he looks at Bertram. Now I want you to know that was a real pain in the ass. First of all,
I mean, I imagine it would have been. Thank you, of course, John. This was very well done.
I did not find the so-called alpha though, so that's still a loose end. We'll have to deal with eventually.
Well, perhaps the next time we can take the crew along with you then.
Indeed. This Lord fellow. What was his name? He looks over to Corey.
I don't know. He was kind of cute though. Silver fox, kinda.
Right. This Lord fellow. Apparently he went on a trip recently and found some odd.
DM, what was his name? Corey wouldn't have actually forgot, but Carly
Darrington, Lord Darrington.
did. Yeah, Lord Darrington.
Found some odd, I guess, amulet of sorts.
I see.
Basically, what we've gathered so far is that his daughter was sick. She became unsick very quickly, even when doctors had her dead to rights. And now she transforms into a horrifying leech woman who hurt me real bad, and the others too.
My word, that is quite horrifying.
Yeah.
Well, if that is the case, I suppose I could see if this Darrington had moved on, but you wish to what exactly from me then?
Well, he's really secretive, and it's really hard getting a lead on where he went, what he did, what kind of blade this even is, or like the nature of it, or fucking even if it has any weaknesses. It climbs on walls and shit. It's a mess. Corey takes a deep breath, like centered. She does that thing where she like puts her hand in front of her and like a triangle, kind of like reeling it in.
Mm-hmm.
La Tom.
I see.
So we have no idea if it has weaknesses. I shot it at a bunch. It seemed to just laugh it off. And we know nothing about what the nature of this creature.
The best
To
advice.
be honest, Bertram, when I found them, they were all pretty worse for wear.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that, but the best advice I can give you is perhaps the docks would be a place if he procured a passage from boat to wherever he went.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Do we know if he went by boat?
Well, if he did not go by boat, then I suppose the other area he could have went by would have been the either the train, or perhaps if he had gone by pack, he would have had to procure some sort of supply shops from perhaps one of the local merchants. Perhaps Joe Mama knows something about it.
I was gonna say Joe Mama might know something about this.
But the victim, like the one that we saw, was by the docks, so that would make sense.
Well,
do we know
I
where
suppose.
the first? Do we remember where the first victim was? This is out of character.
First victim was just in one of the city slums.
Okay.
Basically, like I said, all the people that have been killed were basically prostitutes, homeless, and other ne'er-do-wells, as I said.
Yeah, really dystopian. The rich getting fucking eternal life or cheating death and killing the poor.
Oh yeah, just so unreal. Pure fantasy.
I hate this timeline.
Too real, too real.
As you look over, he's like,
Those would be my suggestion for the first place is to explore them if that is what you need.
do
All right,
it.
works for me.
Okay. You got any other questions for him, or should we cut over to the library?
Cut over to the library. I
Okay.
think that's it for me, unless John has something.
I'd be
Oh.
blind.
So as we head over to the library with Jeremy and Candace, the pair of you enter the area, and you see this kind of elderly librarian sitting over at the library desk. And he looks over at you and goes,
Hello, how can I assist you?
We can
Looks
look
over
for-
towards Jeremy.
What are we here to look for?
Information?
Any books on supernatural stories?
Oh, you want to look up the fiction area?
Perhaps more like first-hand accounts.
Oh, I see. Perhaps you were more interested in some of the what do they call them? Those dime novels written by those here to adventurer types.
That would probably be more along our style.
I see. Of course.
School project for this one.
Oh my, really?
Yeah, so we do need. It does need to be at least something that would fit in a academic report.
Oh, well, of course. Please, if you go down that alley, take a right. You should find what you're looking for.
Thank you kindly.
She'll follow him.
okay. So you guys follow down there and start looking for your books. I will say this will require a check to see if you find relevant information.
Leech.
So- I will need a... This would be a focus. This would technically be inspecting.
I'll give that to you.
Um,
My absolutely nothing in it really would not do much.
I will say there's obviously low risk. All that would happen is you do not find info.
yeah. I will use a drive.
Okay, mixed success. So it does take you a bit as you start rifling through the books. You don't find you spend a while and you see like there are dozens, if not hundreds, of books written by like what they would call themselves as gentlemen adventurers. You go out and looking for artifacts and lost temples and adventures and other things. For the most part, you find there's various pages and various artworks of such things as like, oh wow, this person here went for this, and this person went for a what you call it, something along the lines of, oh well, this was an interesting discovery of looking for this ancient relic of a tomb. You find one that looks for this ancient ancient goblet. You read some BS about some sort of jug that if you drink from it, it'll heal a wound. You figure that's garbage.
You think John ever wrote one of these? They seem more like this kind of people.
I have no idea. From what I saw from my grandfather's notes, John doesn't read or write, so...
Well, I'd imagine he could.
Oh, I would assume he could read at least, but I wouldn't know if he wrote journals or books or sorts like that.
So what have you found?
Finally, you do come across what looks to be something on the lines of what seems to be the amulet you're looking for.
Yeah, Jeremy would have looked through the first 3 books and then sat back and watched.
It takes about a good hour of searching, but you do find something that looks like the amulet you saw. As you read in a quick description, it was done by an adventurer named by Tom, the Tommy Gun Meister. As you read it, like, wow, he's kind of like puffed the hair off at the very flamboyant and over-the-top expressions of the man, and at the flowery language, as he seems to wax poetically, but in that terrible way that just like makes you groan.
Candace just scrunches her face up in annoyance, trying to flip through relevant information.
Yeah.
You think it's a pseudonym?
And finally, you come across what seems to be where he mentions that he never saw such an item, but apparently he tells account of being in the Scarlet Woods, and some goblin or other was mentioning something about this weird artifact that would link souls and give them ultimate power. And he kind of gives a description of the symbol that is very similar to the symbol you saw on the amulet.
I believe her soul's linked to something else, perhaps. I don't know if it's another person or... I'm not too sure.
Interesting.
Maybe if we can find whatever else that she might be linked to, I have no idea. That's my best guess.
Well, I imagine there's one person here who would know how to find such a thing. We could ask the librarian again, or we could try to search all these books.
Perhaps searching is better than asking the librarian. They don't seem very... like they would be able to help us for what we're looking for.
Well, bookworm, get it done.
She'll try and search around for more information. Perhaps regarding whatever's like the linking
Yeah,
thing, if it's a specific creature or like another.
I'm going to say that it was the mixed success you already had, so more searching won't really revolve more info. But as I said, you did get some hints. The biggest hint besides, and I'll just point this out as maybe you for relevant info. The biggest hint you got was apart from the linking thing, the other hint you got was who told him about the amulet in the first place.
A goblin.
Yes.
Ah, hell.
Maybe we can ask a goblin. I don't know if they will share that sort of information, but...
No, I have half a mind to know what goblin it's speaking of.
Oh,
We need to go get John. We have a trip to the forest to make.
But doesn't he kill goblins? Is that gonna help us?
Not this one.
Okay. Well,
Yet.
let's go find John then.
Okay. John and Corey, where were you guys heading off to?
Library part of the lighthouse or no?
No, library is a part of the is like a public
City.
library. That's why they didn't
Yeah.
have this info.
I guess the docks.
Yeah, I think that's where we were planning on.
Okay, so you guys make your way towards the docks. Moving in there, you find yourselves in the shadowy areas of the docks, various grounds and lights. It's getting later in the day at this point, but you are able to see various sailors and things. And I would like one of you to roll me an investigation check. Low stakes.
The focus.
No, just those two right now. You guys haven't met up yet.
Okay.
'Cause you
Terrible
got-
at focus.
As am I. I have. It keeps my lowest.
I have 0 points in it, so
I guess it doesn't make a difference. Me or you?
I'll do it.
Okay, make success. Oh wait, yeah, you take the lowest, so yeah, you make success. So at this point, it takes you guys a while to figure out, but knowing that what you were told, you look about, and eventually you find what looks to be the active dock workers, and you move your way over and see this grizzled old dock man working the fishing boat. He goes,
What is it that you want there?
I'm looking
we
for. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask the same thing. So go ahead.
No, you.
What do you bloody speak?
We were wondering, how often do you travel out of the city? Like, how often does this boat run? I guess. The ferry? Is it a ferry? This is out of character.
yeah, it looks like a type of ferry boat.
Often depends how much the client is willing to pay there. You're looking to hire me.
No, but I could use some information.
Kind of squints at you suspiciously.
Oh, and what's that?
And the type of information that I'd be willing to pay for.
So would you like to use an item to say you have your checkbook out?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my blank item and say that I've got a checkbook.
Okay, that'll make it an auto success. You don't have to roll for it then. You use up an item
Oh,
slot for this.
thank God.
As you write him a nice fat check.
Yeah, I'll add a gratuitous amount of zeros. I like to think that Corey comes from a little bit of generational wealth. So I just give him the check, like, sort of assuredly.
Oh, well, I guess this is a different matter. What is it that you want to know?
I'm wondering if you had Lord Darrington travel through here recently.
Oh, I did see Lord Darity travel here. Didn't hire my boat specifically, but yes, I did know he was traveled through the area.
Do you have any idea where he went to?
He took a boat over to the, I believe it was Haven Hills.
Haven Hills. Does that mean anything to you, John?
Does that mean anything to me, Heath?
It's kind of like just one of the areas outside of the city of New Fair. It's kind of got a similar reputation of Scarlet Woods, just, mountainous. Some people say there's a lot of, some people suspect there may have been, hidden temples and stuff in there over the years. Especially since it's also next to the West Wreck, which is an area that was, considered to be once part of the city till destroyed due to the war.
Yeah, I know about that one.
Yeah, but it's next to the West Wreck. But Haven Hills has kind of a reputation for, there was... Some people like to think there's, hidden treasure up there, gold mines. A lot of the, as I pointed out, the gentleman adventurers like to go exploring up there.
Oh. Never been up there myself, but a few of my old colleagues would ramble on and on about that area. They believe there to be hidden temples and gold mines and lost treasures and relics. So you get a lot of these rich and affluent individuals running around the countryside trying to find some artifacts or strike it even richer than they were before, I guess.
Sounds almost familiar. About how long ago was that, would you say? And was he traveling alone?
He had a retinue with him. Supplies, gear, stuff like that. Figured he was just in one of his, what you would call it, the adventuring phase sort of thing, going out on his own. You know, he's all types like that gentleman adventuring sort, and he is a gentleman after all.
He sure is, isn't he? And so he was by himself, and
Well, he had a retinue.
I don't know what that word means.
A retinue means he had a bunch of people with him, like pack wagon people and hunters, and he basically had a crew of people to do the heavy lifting.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, I think. Do you have any questions, John? I think that's all I need.
No, I think that's a good place to start. Thank you.
You've
Quite
been
well.
most helpful.
Thank you. As he says, waving the check.
As of you, my man, as of you. I'm gonna go buy myself a yacht.
Cute. Right.
Let's say at about this time you guys leave, and this is where your two groups would meet up.
All right, you
Indeed.
found us.
It would seem so. Well,
So,
Corey
we
gives
know
the
somebody who could talk about the amulet.
oh
Corey
yeah.
gives Jeremy a bit of a stink eye.
What?
Huh?
Apparently, the goblin has spoken about the amulet to someone before. Do you know it? Tom Meister?
Tom Meister. I know a Tom Ader.
Regardless, apparently, there was a goblin out in the Red Forest who spoke with a Tom Meister about this amulet. And
Damn goblin.
I'd assume Goblin has some knowledge about the amulet.
Well, we learned that Lord Darrington went to what was it, Haven Hills?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Towards the west. Pretty standard area for people to go on expeditions. I guess it's like the fox hounding days of old.
Oh my
Only
god,
now
Darrington's
with
pen name is Tom Meister.
What?
Not important.
Well, maybe we could go see him.
So west is about not the same direction as the Red Forest. So do
No.
we need to split up again, or should we just take it in two different places?
Well,
I mean, do we need to split up?
I mean, not necessarily, I suppose.
And then probably we should just travel in a group.
I think it is probably ideal to go speak with Golbin first.
I would
If
second that.
he knows about this amulet, that's going to be a maybe better source of information than hoofing it around the Haven Hills trying to find where this guy went.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. So what do you... I assume we'd have to get a trade ready for him since that's all he really knows.
Indeed.
Perhaps we could trade the overabundance of joy that comes from Corey.
Huh?
Did she acquire hearing damage while he was time with you?
What?
Mayhaps you did too. Anyway, we need to get to the Red Forest.
You sound murky.
You what?
Yeah.
You sound murky.
Weird. Let me try to fix it then.
So I guess we'll head over to the forest to find Golbin.
Okay. Easily enough, you guys get on yourselves on top of a train. By the time you get though, you catch like the last train out towards the area. And by the time you finish though, it is getting very late in the day. As you are approaching the forest, at this time like the sun is starting to set. You begin to wander through the woods, looking about, remembering where you had been before. Though with the night sky falling, it is harder to discover and look to remember the location where you had been before. Trying to remember where the fairy realm entrance was. I will need someone to roll me a memory or a remember check. Well, unfortunately, you can't because you weren't there.
I've also gone through extensively through Cyrus's notes, so maybe.
Okay, I guess that's fair. That is fair. I'll let you roll the memory then. That is a fair reason why you would have a chance. So yes, you may roll remember. So focus.
I'll take the guild.
Oh, I'm assuming you went for the mixed success. Yes. So it's a mixed success. It does take a while as you start wandering through these woods. And you do remember your grandfather's notes well traveling about, but as you do so, you do feel like things are off this time, as it takes a little longer to get there. And as you travel and move about through the forest, you start hearing what sounds like the sounds of howling in the woods.
Does it remind me of the werewolf howling?
Seems similar.
John just puts his hands in his pockets. Ah. Great.
I don't like when you say that. What do you mean, great?
It just reminds me a little bit of the werewolves I dealt with.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You were dealing with werewolves.
I was, yes. They were sailing a small fishing town on an island about 10 miles down the coastline.
Being mauled isn't exactly on my list of things to do.
That's unnervingly close.
It is, and unfortunately, like I told Bertram, the Alpha did get away, though I don't know if it would have gotten here so fast.
Well, let's
So
hope we didn't catch your scent.
If these are werewolves, they might be a different pack. Either way, we should probably try to find where we're going.
Yeah.
So now that you have an idea where you are and going about, I'll need one more check. The risk now has gone to high, but I will now need a survey check. As you feel like you're in the right area, but you still didn't quite find the place yet.
You're good
Oh,
at survey, right?
I'm good at survey. I got it.
Did I sound any better, by the way?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Take the gilded. I got my drive back. Very cool.
Okay, mixed success. So as you're about looking forward, you're like, oh wait, I think this is the spot. Yeah, that was the area where it was, just down that way. And as you look over and say you found the spot, emerging from the shadows, you see glowing red eyes starting to move towards you.
Oh, fuck.
And you just hear a very familiar growling voice, John, of, there you are.
John, I think you made a friend.
Orson, is that you, you fuck?
Jeez, what you call him?
Warson?
Worsen?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. He goes, you killed 3 of my pack. I owe you for that.
Pull out a silver machete. You know, I got an upgrade on this thing now. Sure you want to do this right here, right now?
He kind of laughs. You're not the only one who has an upgrade. And suddenly you hear a clicking sound.
The gun.
Oh,
My God.
do you mean to tell
Well-
me that this werewolf has a gun?
Werewolf with a gun?
John holds up a finger. You didn't get that from a goblin, did you?
Combining the greatest powers of werewolf and man. A werewolf and gun.
And with that, you hear him go, 3 of mine, 3 of yours. And
1,
he
2, 3. Uh-oh.
picks
He's
up.
not going to kill us.
Oh, God.
Alright, now
Yeah, I
hang
thought-
on, Warson. You know they were getting too feral, even for you. What I heard. You were losing control. I'm gonna try to sway him.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can roll sway for that. That is something I'll allow.
You know, I think I only counted like half a person, maybe a third at best, so I mean...
4, mixed success.
It's a mixed success. You hear him growl and look down. I suppose you do have a... So what you call this guy? Warson?
Yeah, Warson. Warson.
It's like the 4th time he's asked.
As
I did-
you
enjoy
hear
that
him
so
call
much.
out towards you. Perhaps there's some truth to that. He says,
Fair enough. Just one.
And you hear a bang. Everyone roll me a d6. Actually, let's pray this. Everyone but John roll me a d6. Lois is getting shot.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Sorry, I saw the one and was satisfied.
As you fire like
Can I
as
wait, can I try and jump in the way? Like, if I roll a move, can I take that from Candace?
can I dodge?
I'm going to say, because this is part of the mixed success issue,
Okay.
I
Wait,
will
Harley?
allow someone to absorb the damage,
I would like to try and absorb.
but I'm not going to let you dodge just because it was kind of a surprise thing, right? Like, you're not superheroes. Dodging bullets isn't exactly easy. By the way,
is
just for the
Harley
sake, I
logged in
found
as-
artwork. Here we go. There's Worsen.
Oh my fucking god.
Is Carly logged in as Abigail?
Well, I mean, they're all just numbers, but
Yeah, everyone was just a
I was
number.
like-
I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh no.
No.
He's got a. That looks like some weird combination of an M16, FAL, and like,
It's horrible.
what the hell is
And
going
it's
on
got
with
like
that
an
rifle?
AK underbarrel.
So-
Oh god, that is vile.
As you kind of jump into the way, Corey, to take the bullet kind of rips through your arm, but still, unfortunately, does nick Candace. Both of you take one wound, as opposed one physical, as opposed to Candace taking two. And you just hear the wolf go, "Respect," as he says, as he starts moving back into the woods.
What the fuck just happened?
What was that?
Are you alright, Candace?
I'm fine, thank you.
Are both of you alright?
It's just a flesh wound. It'll be fine.
You didn't have to do that for me.
You're not used to field work. It's only right. She gives you a smile.
She smiles back.
I love how John just keeps introducing more villains and characters for you guys to run into.
What I do.
John, you need to get a day job.
He just reintroduces an Eldritch God. He's like, yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah, that's me.
You thought Jeremy knew some guys.
Yeah, see, you only know villains, unfortunately.
To be
Did that-
fair, at least Warson has a little bit of honor with him. It's not a lot, but there's a little there.
Did he mean he respected me for trying to take it? Does he respect you for like? I'm so
I
confused.
wouldn't count too much into it.
It was my first interaction with a werewolf. Of course, I'm going to think about it. And I'm still not talking to you. Corey crosses her arms.
Well, just be glad he used that instead of his claws. Or his mouth.
I don't know that I want to know what you mean by that.
I prefer not to be shot. Or hit at all by anything.
I prefer not to
but-
have a part of my body in a werewolf mouth.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think I'm on board with that one.
I'd hope so. Otherwise, that's rather concerning.
Well, I mean, like, if I had to, like, choose fates, I'm sure there's probably something I'd choose that over.
Okay. Jeremy, would you rather be mauled to death by a werewolf or drown in a vat of green liquid?
Werewolf.
I
Both
think
off.
I would rather be mauled by a werewolf too.
Someone gets me. What about you? Would you rather drown a horrible, painful death in green liquid, might I add? Or, possibly a quick fate by the hands of a werewolf?
Candace?
Me?
Drowning seems like quite an awful way to go.
I prefer not to drown.
Jeremy's gonna hold both his hands up like, see?
Well, let's get to where we're going. The sooner the better, because we don't want any more.
Rabid werewolf attacks?
Random occurrences.
Well, you
How
had
did
to-
he get here so fast?
Well, he was only 10 miles away, and wolves move at about 10 miles an hour when running. So,
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't know that.
yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Secret underground wolf tunnels.
It doesn't matter either way. Worry about dying doesn't matter because every single one of us here is going to die of old age.
Yeah. I don't... As long as you count old age is about 28 for me, I think that's about where I'm going to kick the bucket.
How old are you?
28, 26.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. With that, you guys move over and discover what looks to be the entrance to the fairy realm once more, as you guys did get your mixed successes in to find it. Once more entering into the realm of the fairies. You find yourself moving deeper, where once again you see the various fairy creatures roaming about, flittering about, doing their business.
Okay, it's that tiny little thing again.
As you do see a brownie once again looking over at you, as he seems to be the doorman.
Is it Downy?
Downy the brownie.
Hello, Downy the brownie.
Oh, great. You guys are back.
I thought we got along so well last time.
Yeah, I mean, looks about. Oh, the pea drinker's not here at least.
A pea drinker?
That's
Don't drink the water.
Abigail.
Oh.
That wasn't in your grandfather's notes?
Right. I remember reading that somewhere.
There you go.
That water is full of their pee.
It's considered as like one big toilet.
It's kind of weird that they keep their toilet so out there.
I had to make sure that it wasn't my grandfather, because I could see him doing that.
Perhaps
Oh,
the
and
land of the
he
fate. Good.
He wouldn't put that in his notes.
Perhaps the land of the Fae has different bathroom etiquette.
Anyway, how are you, Downy the brownie?
Yeah, I'm fine. What y'all down here for again?
Here to talk to Golben.
Oh, back there. He says, and he just points into the behind him.
Yep. Thank you. Yes, John will head over to Golden's hut.
I'll follow.
Right away.
They just wander over once again towards the little goblin hut you had found before. The door is closed at the moment.
Do we knock? What's the etiquette for arriving at someone's house?
You
In
knock,
this room.
because if you go in there and he's fucking something, you really don't want to see it.
Well, I imagine there might be different etiquette. We humans knock. They might do something else. They might throw a stone through a window. You never know.
I'm just gonna go, Golben! You in there?
Oh, announce yourself, yeah.
Oh, fuck, god damn it! You again!
Yes, it's me again.
Us again.
Oh, great. Give me a goddamn minute! Just can't every time it did the bathtub, motherfuckers. It
I
is
like to imagine like he only saw John and then Jeremy poked his head out.
after a minute, you just see a door open up and you see Goblin wrapped around in a towel. What do you want?
I stopped Jeremy from putting a rock through your window.
I never said I would do that.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Is it customary to knock here?
Like, oh, what the fuck do you think you're gonna do?
See, Jeremy?
I just suggested alternatives.
Customary to throw rocks at the window.
Throw rocks? Who the fuck raised you?
Wolves, I
Oh.
think.
Multiple different families.
Ah,
I believe they had a question for you.
yeah.
Please ask it, because he seems a little miffed with Jeremy at the moment.
Come on, speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
That affect his hearing?
What do you want me to ask? I don't use.
Do you know what, Tom Meister? Did anyone ever ask you about an amulet perhaps sometime in recent history?
An amulet, you say?
Yeah.
He kind of looks back and forth. Maybe. What's it to you?
Well, I think I know where this amulet has ended up.
You don't say. Roll me a sway check.
Alright.
Hey, full success. Unless you want to take a full failure and get your gilded back.
Nah, I think that's intended.
Okay. Fine. Yeah, I know about it. Some rich bastard came by, talked about it. Paid well.
Interesting. And do you have any idea what it...
Like tall, dark hair, sort of uppity looking.
He thinks all humans look the same. He's been over this.
Nick, all I
here?
know...
Nothing, go on.
It's like, all I can tell you about him is that he was rich enough and gave me a nice fancy tub for my trouble.
Whole tub?
Yeah, ivory. Real nice. I'd like to get back to it.
Alright.
You didn't fill it with the water from the lake, did you?
I think I am some sort of sicko.
Just making sure.
No comment. Do you happen to know what this amulet does if it were to perhaps, say, hypothetically, be embedded in the skin of a human?
Well, won't do much without its mate. AKA the second amulet for you, bright boy. He's just looking at you.
There's two?
Yeah, it's a pair thing. One doesn't work without the other. Didn't tell the human that, though. You just got a worthless piece of junk.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah,
if they were to happen to be paired,
Oh, that could be bad. But the other pair was lost eons ago. Buried
So-
under rocks and mountains.
So if I told you that we encountered a giant leech woman with one of these in her back, you wouldn't suspect that they had the second one?
Wait, what now?
yeah, each woman about this tall,
It's about
treats people.
as you say that, he goes, wait, what now? As he looks over at you, shocked, and his towel drops.
Ah.
Corey looks in the same way that somebody looks at a train wreck, like mildly horrified but cannot tear her eyes away.
Oh shit! He bends down, picks it up. Yeah, that's bad.
Very bad. What about the amulet?
Yeah, and I part my shirt just a little bit to like show my where I have a wound from this thing that I imagine is like oozing black. Yeah, it gave me this as a parting gift.
Oh, that's really bad.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being instant painless death, 10 being an eternity of suffering.
You're fucked?
Oh.
Is there anything that we can do that you know of?
Here's the thing. Yeah, the amulets are part of ancient goblin magics. Back when we used to run the joint. You know, back when the fairy folk were dominant before you humans moved in and ruined everything.
How did we do that?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you always say that. Never mean it.
You're right, I didn't mean it. She
He's
gives
rarely
like
sorry.
a smile.
Okay, so, the thing is, when goblins used to use it in the ancient days, it allowed two goblins to kind of merge together as their soul bond sort of thing.
Like a wedding ring?
Not quite like that.
It's a little more personal.
Well, more like an enhancement to make them both stronger.
Oh. They're the fucking fusion earrings from Dragon Ball.
Not quite.
Does that mean that if one of them dies, they both do?
Not well. Yes and no.
Well, it sounds like they inhabit one body after they...
No, they're separated. Don't get me crazy, but
Okay.
the point of the link was to kind of like help like a person who was sick get better by sharing their vitality.
Is it possible to put two different species together this way?
See, here's the thing. No, but when humans used the amulet, it didn't work right because it's meant for the Fey folk.
Understandably.
So that's why she turned into a leech woman.
Well, yes and no.
Okay, I'm gonna need these answers to start being yes soon.
Well, you see, the funny
On the
thing
right
is,
path.
it doesn't work when two living humans use it.
Oh.
Do you think she's linked to her father then?
Well,
doesn't
I
work with
believe her
two
father's
living
alive.
Well, it doesn't. I have it the other way around. Never mind.
Humans discovered something rather unfortunate with the amulets. When you link it with one of the dead of your ancestors, the vitality takes from the underworld.
It's Leech Satan.
So she's probably linked to her mother who had passed.
Anybody feel like robbing a grave?
I'm
I'm down.
done worse.
I'd be careful.
What does the undead happen to do in this situation then?
What part of the underworld did you not understand?
So are they both walking leech people? Even if the one that is dead?
Look, I don't know the exact details of it. As I said, kind of lost in history. But the real issue you're having here is pretty simple. The portal opens both ways. When the human in the ancient text got it, they gain great power and vitality through the underworld. But the underworld also got to be about, if you get my drift.
So, likely a corpse of this lady's mother being puppeted by a creature.
Well, or more.
Oh no.
Never a dull day with this job.
Is there any way we can affect a creature of the underworld?
Well, luckily, when they're in the realm of the living, they have to have a host.
and this host would happen to be...
Anything dead?
How
Stuck in the
does-
same host? Or
No!
can they bounce between?
It's less that and more like a lot.
Oh, so like an entire graveyard coming to kill us.
Yeah, the reason the amulet was buried, because thousands of years ago, when that happened, a whole bunch of undead tried to kill everybody. And they blew it up with some fairy magic burying the amulet, which is why the one amulet was lost.
Upper limit on a lot?
Depends how long it's been. I think when we got involved to stop it, we were in the tens of thousand range.
Ooh, okay.
And how long had that been? Because this has been going on for a couple of weeks now.
Oh, no, that was longer than that. At least a
How
month.
much? Oh, Jesus Christ.
At least it's not tens of thousands of years.
No, he didn't say tens of thousands of years. He said tens of thousands of undead.
Right. Suppose we should go to the drawing board to perhaps figure out how to kill an army of the undead.
Well, I mean, well, who knows? As long as they're not it's in an area where there's a lot of corpses about, you'll be fine.
How many
There are a
graveyards
lot
are
of
in the
corpses
town?
back. There are a lot. And they're making more daily.
Wait, what's a graveyard?
Yard full of dead humans.
You people are sick.
What do you do with your dead?
We burn them.
Yeah, and you also piss in. I gesture to the water surrounding the entire place.
That sounds like an asthma issue. We're doing it for the people with unhealthy lungs.
Wait, so you just bury a bunch of people and let them rot?
Yeah.
Back to the earth as one came.
Wait, what do you mean came from the earth? I thought you came out of your mom's womb.
Sometimes
Tomato,
they're
tomato.
there are some cremated.
Yeah.
Let's not get into semantics of how we bury our dead with a fucking cute little guy. Corey corrects herself.
Look, all I'm saying is if you people weren't savages and buried your dead, you apparently wouldn't be having a problem right now.
Yeah.
Well.
Hindsight's 2020. Thanks. Whatever his name is.
Go.
Is there any way to harm a person that has this embedded in them that's not undead, as it were?
Perhaps the living one.
So you have to get rid of... Well, you see, the living one's immortal now. That's kind of the problem.
Just kind of the end-all be-all.
But...
Until
Immortal
the
and
amulet-
invulnerable are two different things, Golden.
The amulet needs to be ripped away before they can be hurt, right?
Yes and no.
Well, I imagine I imagine the amulet being ripped away would cause a lot more issues than just letting them be injured.
Well, by that I mean you can't actually remove the amulet from the living one. Well, you can, but it's not going to do what you think it's going to do.
What is it gonna do?
They'll
I don't
grow a
think
new
one-
body around the amulet.
That's just what happens?
Yes.
You Fey folk have some interesting magic.
Look, that's not what it was intended for. That's what you people did to it.
I feel like that might... You people, what do you mean by that?
Humans!
Humans.
She gets it!
So it sounds like we're gonna have to deal with the corpse then.
Yeah, if you rip it from the corpse, you rip the link away from the underworld in the healing process.
So then she can be injured, or is this whole rigmarole just finished once we get it away from the corpse.
Wait, I have one last question, and if you answer yes and no, I'm going to lose my mind.
I'm sorry, but every time that was true, that just made it so much funnier. Move the ambulance,
No,
he dies.
no,
Like, oh
I
yes
don't
and no.
Carly doesn't mind like
Yeah, I
the
know.
player, but Corey's
I know.
a little
Corey,
on edge.
I know. Yes and no. God. Okay, what's your question?
So this human would have died, the living, and I use air quotes when I say it. One would have died probably weeks ago. If her link to the underworld is destroyed, will she like instantly succumb to her illness?
He opens his mouth and closes it and just.
Just say it.
Well, I mean,
Little column A, little column
column
B.
B, little column A, little column B. Yeah, it's just yes, they would get the illness back, but unless they were already like literally dying. Plus, unfortunately, depending on the illness, maybe the illness got healed over time.
Oh yes, her immune system might have just fought it off while, still alive.
Okay.
Yeah, it really depends on what she was dying of. For example, if she was dying from a slit throat, then totally, yeah, death. If she was dying from a sickness, then coin flip?
She was dying from a sickness, not a slit throat.
Ah,
We could fix that.
But perhaps by the end of the day, she will be. Or at the end, or by tomorrow morning, she will be.
Isn't it like morning now? Like right before noon?
it's like midnight now.
I thought it was morning whenever we finished last session.
No, you guys had just ran from the house. You guys were getting into the night at that point.
Yeah.
Right, because you guys had started your day, and then you finished the day at the thing, and then you like ended right as the sun was setting.
Yes.
But then you spent a few more hours. Secondly, you guys haven't slept yet.
Thank you.
Exhaustion rules are for 5th edition.
Thank you for answering my questions.
Yeah, don't worry. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, get
Hi.
back to your path.
Thank you, he says, and he just like flips the towel over his shoulder and walks over. He gives a little butt wiggle as he wanders back in.
Fucking hate goblins.
I heard that!
All right. Well,
You think he's an outlier even for goblins?
perhaps.
What name?
I mean, perhaps his personality is just ungoblin-like. And I still can't quite get over the werewolf with a gun.
I wish I could get over it, but I've got a bullet wound in my shoulder to show for it. Would you like to see it?
Not particularly.
Is a werewolf with a gun really the weirdest thing you've seen?
Not even
I-
close.
Oh, now hold on. It's definitely up there because of the preconceptions, I suppose, of werewolves.
And what are your preconceptions on werewolves?
Lacking a gun.
Yeah?
So, if a lot of creatures, if they have a gun, they'll be one of the more stranger things to you.
Well, other than humans, of course. And perhaps
Right.
gun-possessing spirits.
Storm said he knows what his next game.
I was about to say, I can't wait till someone uses that one.
Gun-toting werewolves?
No, gun-possessing spirits.
You just see nothing but floating guns coming after you. It's the gun demon from fucking Chainsaw Man.
I suppose what we'll need to do is ascertain any information that might have to do with family graves for the Lord and his daughter? And just hope that that's what they decided to do? Instead of throwing it in some random graveyard?
I mean, we do have the person that Maxie was oddly attracted to, who would probably have an idea.
Say what?
The fucking mortician? That girl scares the piss out of me.
Oh, she's fine.
She's terrifying.
She's still on a good day, so she's fine.
She might not be anymore.
The one who quarants.
That's not what a quark.
And if she knows, then might as well go see her.
She would be my first guess as to figuring out where it was. Because all the murder victims' bodies, I think, had been sent from her place of work. And with no Maxie around, we might be able to actually ask her questions instead of watching her be oddly at.
We should definitely take at least.
I don't know if
ask
she
her.
would know where Lord Darrington buries his family, though.
But there's a lot of murder victims who I think went by her place of work, and I'd imagine that
We already asked her everything we could about the murder victim. We're looking for a.
What-
What is the word in English for someone who mans a graveyard?
Gravetender.
Yeah, great.
Undertaker?
Crypt Keeper. Probably you're thinking of the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, surely we need like a crypt keeper or something.
I mean, he would only keep one graveyard, though.
Yeah, will we find which graveyard she's in? We'll find.
I mean, if this gravekeeper's already not been murdered by the walking corpses.
Well, you would think if there was a ton of them running amok, there'd be a lot more pandemonium about it. So it might not be a large amount of undead to worry about. I would suspect if they do have it on a corpse and it is somebody related to them, it's probably somewhere on their somewhere in their lands too.
I'd imagine so. They seem rich enough to have a graveyard.
Perhaps they have a personal graveyard in the backyard somewhere, or maybe even a crypt in the basement.
Well, the only issue with that is we've already broken into that place in the past day. And I couldn't imagine getting in would be quite so easy this time.
What? Getting in where? I'm asking out of character.
I think John's talking about trying to find a family grave on their manor.
Yeah, that's the only place I can think of realistically.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless they threw a complete curveball and just threw it in some random big ass graveyard without a care.
well, honestly, none of you guys would have any clue about that sort of thing. You would have to find some info.
Maybe we could look up records.
Is it
If
like
they
a
decided
town
to go
hall
official
with
with it.
records?
Would the hospital have records?
Yeah, well, the hospital would, the morgue would.
Perhaps I could go to my line of work and find records there.
Exactly as your line of work?
Doctor.
Oh.
It makes
She's
sense.
got the cute lab coat and everything. Corey touches at her lab coat.
What did you think my job was?
Shrugs. To be frank,
Lab coat
couldn't
model.
tell you. I mean, we have an ex-soldier, myself, a detective, points to Corey,
Former.
former detective. We have a street magician, con man. Jeremy, I don't know what you are. A homeless guy?
I have a place to live
For now.
for now.
Somebody who struggles to make rent?
I will take that as an occupation.
Then a doorman has worked with us.
Casino owner. I guess another soldier. He seemed more like a special operative for, like, a militant arm of the circles of the Lightkeepers.
And
then
there's
there was-
Max himself, who owns some casino.
And then there was Suede E. I wonder what he's off to. He's an archaeologist.
Point is, I've come to not judge anybody off of what they wear and what their occupation might be.
What does Abby do for a living?
That's a very good question.
What could she possibly do to make rent?
This.
Do you think she rents?
No, she probably is the resident homeless person, now that I think about it.
This is where you
Did
find
you-
out that Abby is actually a debutante, is actually the wealthiest person in the city.
Yeah. You
Or
think?
rather, she just stays at a Arkham Asylum,
Yeah. They release her
Gets
every
out-
now,
gets
like
out
Hannibal
every-
Lecter.
gets out every now and then just to go on these weird adventures and goes back.
Or Bertram lets her out, like like Suicide Squad style.
Could be.
Circus sideshow.
She just escapes.
That's actually what the whole mission is to keep her occupied until Bertram can recontain her.
It's the true punch of our circle.
Fun fact, we're all actually just in the mindscape of Abby as she sits in a padded room in a straitjacket.
Oops, all Abby.
Oops, Abby.
Well, I suppose that's a good idea. I guess we can go to your workplace and see if you can discern anything on that. Otherwise, we can always go the hard route.
Of checking in on every graveyard in the city.
I'd rather gouge out my eyes, I think. And I'm quite fond of my eyes.
That makes one of us.
You don't like my eyes?
Jeremy will shrug.
It's kind of rude.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
To the hospital?
Yeah, who drove us here?
You took a train.
Nice. When did they get a rail station all the way out here?
It's on the way to, like, you have to pass through the woods to get to the Brittleborn Mountains.
Oh, so we just like hitched a ride and jumped off the side?
Pretty much.
Oh, I do that all the time. All right.
Well, time to go back.
Next train should be running any minute now.
Well, funnily enough...
Train with a gun.
Yeah, train with a gun, yeah. You're probably gonna have to wait till morning for the next train.
Oh.
Ah. You know, I pull out a pocket watch. We missed it by 5 minutes.
You know, give or take 3 hours of you wandering through the woods.
Well, I guess there's not really much to do except wait.
I will remind you guys, none of you have slept.
Are we at like a train station?
I mean, as far as I know, you haven't said you left the fairy realm yet.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but I am definitely not going to sleep at Golden's house.
You think Downey has accommodations?
Perhaps we can just return to the train station.
Yeah, there is a
Favor.
train station you'd be able to get back to and probably sleep for a few hours before the train gets.
Good old waste station sofas. A personal favorite of my beds.
I worry for you.
I quit worrying for myself a long time ago.
That's rather concerning.
It's convenient.
But
And
notes
alarming.
here say you run away a lot and preserve your own life.
What are you, a cop?
No, I've just
I am.
read
I know,
my
that's why I don't tell you
grandfather's
about my activities in the past.
notes. I just read through my grandfather's notes.
Well, in any case, the morning comes as you guys get a night's rest out in the train station and make your way back to the city. The morning dawn comes as you guys come back in on the rails. And you are now back into the city streets.
Ah. Home sweet home. An alleyway.
I don't need you to tell me about your past. You wear it on your face.
Thanks, I do think I am rather handsome.
Yeah, that's what
All right. I guess to the hospital, Candace?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys wander your way down towards the hospital where Candace works. Easy enough. Morning comes up. You see several people nod towards Candace. She can obviously get in without any concerns, and she works here. Though some of you get some odd looks occasionally as you follow with her.
And I'll hang out outside.
I don't like paperwork, I'm standing outside.
Corey?
I'll follow her in.
Okay. So the pair of you enter into the hospital, and you start decide that your best bet to maybe you'd be able to find burial records. Again, hospitals aren't the best for that. You might get some info, but again, the places you would really be best with would be either the morgue or a crypt keeper. But you do kind of look through your journals. I would like you to roll me a research
The focus.
investigation. Sorry, it's the inspection. Remember, yeah, inspect. Hey, full success, unless you want to fail.
No.
Why
Okay,
does no one take that offer?
so you take the full success, and yes, you are able to discover the information you are looking for. As it does seem like, no, they do not have a private graveyard on their property, but they do have a family mausoleum.
Hmm. Um, do I find any other information about it?
I mean, even getting that much info is pretty impressive. It's not like they'll keep records on a mausoleum. It's just like they
Yeah.
all you got was buried here. That's how you know,
Okay.
right? Like there's not gonna be detailed notes on this.
Okay. Well, they have a family mausoleum, so perhaps we can check that. Hopefully it's not guarded.
I imagine it is now.
Probably.
If it wasn't before.
Should we let the others know?
Yeah. Probably.
She'll start leaving.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you guys start leading your way towards it and coming down, and you meet the guys outside, who are just, I guess, leaning on a wall, smoking a stogie or something.
They have a family mausoleum.
Do we know where?
I
Yeah,
assume we have.
yeah, you had the address. It's just one of the graveyards in town.
All right. Well, I guess we have our next stop.
Yeah, I imagine that. Since we got away, they might be worried, so they might be on guard.
Maybe. I don't really know what happened to that manor. Did you guys make it? Did
They
you
know we
allude
know.
to? Oh, I see. Very well.
We're exactly subtle.
No,
No, it's just no.
not at all.
We told them everything.
All right. Well, then they might be standing guard. We'll just have to hope that's not the case.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it.
So, the real question is, if you're worried that there are guards, do you want to go during the day, which it is now, or did you want to wait till you had the cover of night?
Probably go during night.
Are we able to say sit across the street and use some decent quality binoculars to scout out the graveyard slash mausoleum
That would be
from a
viable if
distance?
you want to use an item for that.
Yeah, I can use an item for that.
Okay. So easily enough, you gather yourselves together and you look across the street to look over and see the area across the street. Um, from what you can see, at least during the morning, yes, there does seems to be guards outside the city gates at the moment. Or outside, there seems to be men kind of wandering about the mausoleum area. And they do look to be armed.
Well, that answers our question.
Yeah, we weren't exactly subtle.
Tell you what, you're looking through the eyeglass, correct, John?
Yeah.
Roll me a read.
Well, I'm not good at this at all, but let's try. Yeah.
Yeah, gain nothing.
Failure.
Okay, nothing. No worries.
Can someone else do it?
Yeah, he's the one looking through the eyeglass, so he's the one who saw it. I'm gonna say no, if only because nobody else, like, without me giving you the prompt, then it wouldn't have worked.
Can should we try and like watch their patrol route and see if we could find a way through without getting alerted?
We could do that, or we could utilize an old, classic, tried and true army tactic.
And what's that?
You're such
Well-
an old man.
I'm a what?
Nothing.
No. Speak up. I'm a what?
An old man.
How am I an old man?
It's endearing, I promise. She
He
just smiles.
gives her the bombastic side eye a moment.
Would you call my grandfather endearing then?
Absolutely not. I would use a whole different set of adjectives for him.
Oh, like?
Murderer.
Hi, Crystal.
Anyway, What
He has
we
saved me, so some of them would be positive for sure. Infuriating would be one too.
That is viable.
infuriating how?
Not you, Cyrus Bummer. He wrote that I couldn't drive, and I'm a very good driver. It's infuriating.
Well, I guess at least if that's the worst he wrote about you, you're doing better than me.
I don't know that that's the
Oh,
worst.
there's a lot of glowing remarks about you, John.
Among the inability to read and write,
That was. It didn't specifically say that, it just wasn't in his notes.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the method of what I'm talking about is one of us, probably myself or Jeremy, will run a distraction to pull away the guards from the mausoleum while the rest of the group infiltrates the mausoleum and deals with the issue inside.
Oh, I have it here that Jeremy's very good at distractions.
And they need you on the inside in case those corpses start waking up and trying to fight back.
Oh, then it's settled.
Do you think they should start making a standard issue bacon suit for most people in the circle?
Bacon?
Yes.
Like a suit made
Yes.
of bacon.
For bait. I feel like it would come in very handy some days.
Do you just wish to attract flies? Because that's about all you're going to attract that we deal with.
I think I could have lured that velvet farm pretty well.
You're digging into that homeless thing a lot more and more.
Yeah.
Just silence.
No comment she writes down in her notes. Um, is anyone good at perhaps watching for the patrol route?
Corey
If not, I
shakes her
can
head.
try. Can we try and do that? Was that a
I mean,
Is
you
that
can roll a notice
survey or a read?
survey. Read is like reading body language. If you're doing a patrol route, that's like seeing where they're walking. This is really trying to determine what the walking means. Right? It'd be a survey for sure.
Okay. Corey's good at that, right?
At survey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm alright. I have. I'll use a drive. I'll take the 6. I don't plan to fail this.
Okay. So you succeed in determining they don't actually move.
Oh.
Which I will say gives you different info. Which is this. They're not moving, they're guarding the front door, specifically. Now someone else may roll me a read if they'd like.
Survey or read?
Read.
Read. This is a read. This is determined body language and motive.
I'll leave that up to the professionals.
Maybe they're not keeping people out, but keeping whatever's inside.
I'll do a read. I'll spend a drive. And I'll take the Gildan.
Okay, mixed success. Yeah, you feel that John's probably correct. Like, it doesn't look like they're there trying to stop something, or trying prevent something out, but as a closer look at the read too, you notice that the front door is chained shut.
Is it moving? Like, does the door move?
You can roll me a notice to see that, because that's very specific detail you're looking for.
Sure.
I take it you have the plus to that, right? Or
Oh, I just have 2.
okay, just making sure. That's what I meant. Like that, I'm making sure it's not negative. Like when you roll 2 dice, it
No.
could be either.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you could tell that. Yeah, really looking closely, they're big, heavy stone doors that are chained, but it looks like maybe they are just slightly shifting.
I think whatever's inside, and I think you're right, John. It does seem to be moving. Something's in there.
How comforting.
Well, I don't particularly want to let it out.
Sensible.
Can we take a quick 5?
Sure, we can take 5. Everybody can use a bathroom break.
Yeah, I need a bathroom break, and my cat is banging down my door. I think his food bowl is empty.
Fair enough. All right, let's take 5, guys. We'll be back. So,
His salted cheese bowl is empty.
Maybe
So is Carly.
sorry, what were you saying?
Maybe her cat's in the mausoleum banging on the door.
Yeah, it's the killer cat. I hope you guys are having fun with today's game, at least. By the way, Crystal, if you do want to join us, you're more than welcome to. I can write you in like 2 seconds.
Pops out of the bush.
Literally, that's what I was going to have them just appear from the graveyard, because let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what she does for a living. Turns out she's the Crypt Keeper.
It all makes so much more sense.
Yeah, they were asking what Abigail does for a living.
Oh boy, the keyboard.
Keyboard.
Take a nap, yeah.
It's so much more quiet with all these corpses around.
Her and the mortician would get along.
Oh, I am
Yeah.
positive on that.
Yeah, probably.
They'd probably date.
I could just imagine Abby just like sitting up, like, I rather enjoyed that.
Just like opens a coffin lid, pops out in the middle of the fight. Hi guys, what's going on?
So much easier being a corpse. It's a surprise body armor and surprise Abby in a box.
Oh, can we get that? Surprise Abby.
lost. Yeah. At least you guys are rolling better today.
Yeah.
We haven't had combat, like proper combat yet.
I guess
Yeah.
that's true.
Give it a second.
Wait till the undead start swarming, then things will go bad.
The perfect time. Bless you.
Whew. I guess actually I should flip scene since you're at the mausoleum now.
I'm back.
Alright. Everybody else
Sorry.
ready to continue?
I'm here.
Yep.
John?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, just double checking. Wait, I guess we'll get back. Anyway, so you guys are now still standing outside the mausoleum once more. You've seen the giant stone door kind of shake and move. What are you doing?
I guess we're waiting until night.
Sounds good. Are you going to do anything while you wait?
Go get a nice juicy burger.
Easily done. You guys get burgers and fries for your stakeout. As you guys wait outside the mausoleum waiting, you do see that there are shift changes throughout the day. Several guards move out, several guards move back in. And as the night sky falls and the guards are outside, you do notice that the newest set of guards at night seem to be a little tired and not quite as alert. Though you do see nervous twitching as every time they kind of look over their shoulders.
Do you have guns?
Yeah, well, they do have sidearms.
Alright, Jeremy, here's the plan. I'm gonna throw him a bed sheet.
Mhm.
With some eye holes cut out. You're gonna pretend to be a ghost haunting the graveyard.
Are you joking?
He just gives you the most stone-faced look. Just stares into your soul.
I don't think he's joking.
With a bed sheet?
Yeah.
That's... Well, everyone, I suppose I won't be play haunting this graveyard for very long. I'll soon be real haunting it.
Oh, I won't let you die.
Agreed.
Jeremy's gonna give Corey like, what do you mean by that?
She just gives you a smile. A little bit twisted.
That's what I expected. Thanks. All right, John, where's the bed sheet?
Oh, I gave it to him already. You have it.
So just to be clear, we're going for a 1920s fucking Abbott Costello sketch of you in a bedsheet pretending to be a ghost. Oh.
Look, the guy with a gun told me to, so...
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stick more to the shadows and in between, just trying to create noise. Not perhaps like an ooh ghost, but more like a perhaps something has escaped.
Sure, you move through the streets. Roll me a hide, I guess.
Yay. Yay!
Okay, so you successfully, like, moving through, kind of making the bushes jingle and jangle.
I'm taking those right back, by the way.
And
Of course.
you see what it looks to be looks over, and the guards do seem to look over at the odd thing, wondering what the noises are about, and they pull their sidearms and start to approach.
Well, I've done my part.
What was the second half of this plan, John?
When
Yeah,
they're sufficiently distracted, we will head into the mausoleum.
Jeremy's sitting in the shadows like, what was the second part of this plan?
And if Jeremy's truly good at what he does, he will join us.
Well,
But
they are
we'll see.
distracted.
So you
So I
guys
guess
move over towards the mausoleum.
does anybody know how to pick a lock?
It is chained shut.
I know how to shoot a lock.
That's very loud.
I don't think I'll be able to distract them from that.
You're not here. Shut up.
That was out of character. Notice the lack of a British accent.
Is that what you think British people sound like?
No.
Suffice to say it's a shame Cyrus isn't here with a random vial of acid to melt this chain.
Acid, explosive, and adhesive for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Why are you apologizing?
Replacing you for this. endeavor.
For not being a... Why would you apologize for that?
Jeremy's gonna like sit in the shadow looking at the door, just like, would they fucking hurry up?
Yeah, I'm gonna say as they are sitting around discussing what to do next.
Gonna roll another hat.
Can I have surprise Cyrus's concoction?
Sure, you can have that. That if you still have an item slot, you can use it for whatever.
They can't keep getting away with it.
Providing your doctor kit allows you to have that one.
Well, it's the
Oh, it's the blank. Okay, then it could be anything.
it's
Yeah,
blank.
yeah. If you use you got your blank for whatever, so yeah, you can have that as a blank.
Actually, let me rummage through my bag.
So
We'll
don't
go
forget,
through-
it will still take 10 minutes to make a concoction.
No, I think the idea was it was pre-prepared
Yeah.
just to have a vial of acid.
That's fine, but then you don't get it for anything else. If it's
fine.
pre-prepared, then it's just a vial of acid, not the concoction
fine.
kit. Yeah.
Well, the concoction kit is an ability, so she wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay, so
I think I have some of his longer-lasting acid, actually. Here it is.
Just pour that on the chain.
okay, you pour it on the chain, and it starts to slowly dissolve to eat the chain away. But it's gonna take a few minutes because it is steel, and acid isn't like instant.
Do we even want to have this open?
Well, we need to kill the thing, right? Or get the amulet.
Yeah.
Are there any windows to this thing?
No, it's a mausoleum. It'd be pretty odd to have like giant open windows. I know the picture shows that, but that's more because it's a church mausoleum versus a underground mausoleum.
Can I like take a look around, see if there's like any cracks where I can like hear or see what's happening on the inside in the stonework?
I suppose you can roll me. What would that be? A listen thing would be a
Survey?
Survey.
survey. Yeah.
Like my mixed success.
You're not positive, but you think you hear sounds coming from below.
Like, I guess I'm trying to judge. The only information I really wanted was the intensity of the sounds. Like, does it sound like just one?
Yeah,
I
that's a
don't
mixed
imagine-
success. You just hear sound. You don't know how many. A full success, I might have gave you that, but not for a mix.
Okay.
You know there's sound down there, but you have no idea how many.
I hear sound, which is not at all comforting, but I guess we expected that.
Maybe we should climb on top It wouldn't look on top, right? That's maybe the least. We'll look around.
As you guys are waiting, Jeremy, I'll need
Yeah.
another hide check. This is high risk.
Assumedly. I'm gonna burn the drive I just got back. I will get an extra 2 dice instead of 1, though, from it. I will take one of the mixed.
Sure you don't
Yeah.
want to sell for that gilded bag?
You might, I mean, a drive might save me later on, but a bullet hole will, hamper me right now.
So, you get a mixed success. I'm going to let you decide what you want your mixed success to be, Jeremy. Now, let me finish. Let me give you your options.
Okay.
So your mixed success is this. Either A, they do spot you, but you can either use that to try to run away to keep distracting them, or B, they don't spot you, but they start heading back towards the church, or towards the mausoleum.
I will let them spot me.
Okay. So you pop around a thing and they spot you.
So yeah, I imagine that I am hiding too well, so they start turning around to go back, and I burst out.
Yeah. And one freaks out and shoots you in the leg. Take a
Ah!
butt wound.
Expected about that one. Good afternoon, gents.
What the fuck, blimey? What the fuck? What?
He's gonna start running down the road.
He just looks at him and is like, that bloke with a goddamn bedsheet on his head. Goddamn blimey, crazy bastards. It's like, look.
That's Jeremy right now.
Yeah. So you guys heard a gunshot.
That doesn't sound
And
good.
and then a very loud cry of pain from Jeremy. Familiar sound, I'm sure. Not quite up there with the being thrown out the door by Krampus.
But as that's occurring, it does look like the chain has finally started to dissolve enough that you can now pull it up open.
All right. I guess.
Okay, out is forward.
I guess we'll open it up and head inside.
Now, as you guys do so, Jeremy, what's your plan?
I'm just gonna try to keep him busy.
So you're gonna stay outside with the guards the whole time. Gotcha.
Not the whole time. I will. Can I see that they're going inside of the building now?
They're still looking down for you. You can roll me one more hide check to try to get back to the party and slip or put behind them as they're searching for the crazy man in a bedsheet.
I will attempt this. Please. I'll take my drive back.
Okay, mixed success. So here's what I'm going to say. You do successfully make it back to the place, but as you do so, I'm going to say you accidentally drop one of the 3. So how many item slots do you have left, Jeremy?
I think I have 2 left.
Okay, you lost one. You drop
Okay,
a random item.
I'll drop my bleed detector. I won't be able to use that
No.
for
You
the-
drop an item that you haven't used yet. So instead of having 2 prepared items, you only have 1 prepared item left.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I'll rule it.
I assume that's your surprise
Oh, shit.
that you keep.
Yeah.
The surprise TM really is making dividends off this party.
So as you make your way back down there, you distract the guards cleverly by hanging the bedsheet up on a tree to make them look like you're standing there. and
The old tree and bedsheet trick.
make your way back towards the party. As they open up the gate, you see them kind of just opening up the door and about ready to move in.
As he walks up to the door, he's gonna pat down his pockets. Shit! Must have dropped something on my way here.
Which drop?
don't recall, but it's certainly not my person.
Well, keep your eyes out, eyes peeled, be ready. It's possible that they may rechain the door.
I like to imagine that like they turned the corner to find the bed sheet and got scared by it, thinking it was a real ghost for a moment.
Yeah. That's when you dropped your item.
Yeah. Those shouts scared me.
Maybe if we leave it open, they'll be less inclined to rechain it. And
You think they
maybe
would be
got
more
out?
inclined to chain it? Because I mean, if they know people got in,
But what if they think it also got out?
I don't think they're worried about people getting in. I think they're worried about this thing getting out.
So if
I
we
see why
leave
that
the
would
door
stop it.
open, maybe they'll think it just got out. It's better than leaving it closed, right?
Well, if they think it got out, there might be a lot more of them waiting on us when we come out.
If
I don't think there's a win-win here.
Let's just move.
Are you closing the door or not? That's a note I need to know.
Leave it cracked open. How about that?
With a bucket of water on top.
Because, I mean, they're going to notice the chain dissolved and busted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're
So-
not resealing the door.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys start moving towards the mausoleum and you head down to the dark areas of the crypts, first thing you notice, this is a big mausoleum. Right?
Oh no.
And the first thing you probably would have done, unfortunately, since nobody bothered to check by looking at the morgue listings, this has been in their family for many, many generations. And as you get down there, you finally hear the sounds as the door is cracked open and you look over and what looks to be hundreds of shambling corpses look over towards you.
Yeah, maybe this is too
How many corpses?
Hundreds. But, well, hard to count, right? Like, there's more than, like, there's more than a few dozen. Like, it's like, hard to notice.
many. Do they
Any-
notice us?
At the moment, yeah, you know what? The gunshot would have fucking brought their attention.
Yeah.
The gunshot outside?
I mean, gunshots be loud, bro.
I mean,
Probably would have Probably
Yeah,
the noise would
but-
have come from this direction.
I assume we're underground.
True. Yeah, I'll say you guys can roll me hides. We'll see if everybody what can happen.
I don't know. I'm no good at it, but
Yeah. I always come through when it's time for a fight.
Yeah.
Specifically to not fight.
So, John, I take it you're not proficient in hiding,
no, I'm not.
so you fail. Candace, are you proficient or not proficient?
Not.
Okay, so you fail. Corey?
Says keep low.
No,
Or
for
no,
you.
I am proficient.
So you have a mixed success.
No.
And then Jeremy, you successfully hide. So that's 2 failures, 1 mix, and a success. That is a
Why not
total.
Fucking pickpocket this damn zombie.
So that would count, I will say, as a group check for this. You fail as a group, they do notice you.
How group are we talking?
And as they do, that will open up one more page. You see a shambling group of zombies moving towards you.
Do not have a token with vision on this scene.
Oh, give
I'm
me-
blood.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
He's got a pet. Look at his chest. He's got a pet. Pet worm.
Almost leech-like.
Nonsense.
I am not loving this.
Here, look at the tatas on that one.
Oh my god,
Agreed.
its titties are out.
I'm not a
Look
fan of
even-
what's going
look
on
lower.
down there. I'm not a fan of what's going on down there.
There's a penis over here. Heath, where did you get this?
I
What
mean,
websites you been crawling, buddy?
Google Images.
No, this image is perfect.
No, it's not.
Look, dude, they're zombies that have been dead for years, and their flesh is growing back. That's what it looks like. We're all adults here.
I think my personal favorite is the guy with the cock who's holding three-headed, like, something.
Looks like 3 heads.
Yeah, but they're like, so like he's holding onto the hair of one of them, it looks like, but then the other 2 heads look just attached to the first head instead of like...
I think he's got all 3 hair, but yeah, I see what you mean though. Just 2 of them have
I like-
longer hair.
I like to think that that's just how that one person came. Oh yeah, him. That's 3-headed John.
Hey, no.
Sorry, John. You're not
And,
3-headed.
and as you look over, these creatures start moving and shambling towards your lot.
Are they slow?
It seems to be varying speeds. Though it does look like they are being formed and made up of like lich-like creatures that are building their bodies. Or leech-like creatures, leech-like creatures.
Anybody want to do a quick look over and see if they can't find a shiny amulet amongst them? As Jeremy's like heading up the stairs.
Maybe you can sense it.
God, fuck it. You're right. I could do that.
Candace will also try and...
Okay, so
Yeah.
starting at the top, who's starting what? Jeremy, you things are happening. So Jeremy, you want to try to sense whether you can sense the amulet in there.
Yes, I will use my last drive in intuition to do this. Okay.
Hey, full success. So you dig down in there and start sensing your mind, and you do sense that one of the zombies in the middle kind of area seems to be pulsating more magical power than the others.
Oh yeah, it's in here. Towards the middle, the center of this mass. I can't quite discern much more than that. There is a whole lot of magic mulling about in there. So that's where you need to be looking.
Does he know exactly which one?
I mean, it's a little hard to know exactly due to the mass of them.
I did specify I was also looking for just the amulet, so I would probably know exactly where the amulet is with the 6.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know which one in the throng has.
Yeah, like you
the
know
amulet.
it's in the middle, right? Unfortunately, you are still in an area where seeing the exact zombie is a little difficult.
How
So I'll
much-
just direct whoever's looking for the zombie that has the amulet where it would be at.
How many zombies are between us and like the middle?
Dozen or 2.
Okay. Maybe we should leave and try and single out the one with the amulet once it leaves the mausoleum.
You mean just lure these out of the mausoleum?
Maybe.
So at this point, you guys got to make decisions. They're upon you now. I need exact movements. Let's start. We've got into full action. No talkie. Candace, what are you doing as they are now bearing down upon you?
I'm gonna leave it to the other two.
Okay, you're gonna leave out the thing. So roll me a move as you dash out of the. Oh,
No, I'm going. I'm waiting for the other two.
okay,
But
Corey. Then what are you planning on doing?
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and take over the world. I'm gonna hold my ground, and I heard Jeremy say off to the center, so I'm gonna try and shoot off stragglers on the sides.
Okay, roll me a shoot, high risk, obviously.
I will say that I'm going to roll my shoot, but I will say that she's like moving back as shooting. Like I said, hold my ground, but you know,
Yeah,
That was a lie.
that was a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but like I'm not going to literally I'm not going to let 50 zombies walk up to me. I'm not retarded. Sorry.
I said no, like a liar.
But yeah, I'm gonna try and I'll take my gilded.
Okay, full success. So you're able to knock off several zombies, and you start seeing what looks to be this one zombie in the center starting to show up a little bit. She seems to have like a glowing aura to her. She's still got quite a few zombies in the way, but you can get an image of her. They are still approaching the rest of you rapidly. Jeremy, you already did an action. John, what are you doing?
I'll point her out. Like I'll say, there, I see her.
I just had a quick question. Does it look like the zombies are moving around to try to protect her, or is it just mindless horde?
That would require a check in a future roll.
Okay, not my problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out a heavy weapon here, and said heavy weapon is going to be a machine gun.
Okay.
And I am just going to fire away. I'll use sharpshooter here and spin to drive.
That gives you 2.
Yeah. Success.
Okay, you start shooting, firing away, and you start clearing away a bunch of the zombies. You take about a good dozen out or so. They're still moving forward, and they are now moving forward, though the one central zombie seems to be more vulnerable and open at this point.
I will note that John has his sleeves rolled up, so you see like his bicep bulging as he's holding the recoil, like he's Rambo.
Candace, what are you doing now?
I guess she'll also try and fire and like make it so it's harder for the zombies behind the main one to like get through, and just kind of making it the body is difficult to push through.
Does
Okay.
everyone here have a gun?
Seems so, everybody but you, so you know what that means for you, Jeremy. You gotta
I
get that
know.
amulet.
Just don't shoot me.
It's big.
Try
Okay.
not to.
That's a mixed success. So you take out a few more zombies, but unfortunately, as you do so, several of them get close enough and grab you. You will take a bleed, as what happens is when it grabs you, is one of the leech-like creatures that are coming from their guts and things start spawning around and wrapping around your arm. It seems to be radiating energy off onto you.
What a subdued response.
That's
Ow.
that's out of character.
You're so cute, Violet.
So we're back up to the rounds of the beginning. Jeremy, what are you doing now as you look over and you see that Candace is being assaulted by a couple of zombies? The
What does
lead
the
zombie
path-
is getting more opened up and seems to be now seems to be accessible after all this.
Keep my pathway open, I guess. And I will attempt to get toward the creature. So just a move, or...
Yeah, we're gonna just dash towards to try to shimmy shake through the creatures. That's a move.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't imagine there's much room to try to sneak around the sides.
You're not really in a position where sneaking's an option now.
Hey, they're focused on the guys with guns.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't imagine there's much room to sneak around regardless.
Yeah.
So hey,
Yeah, you get right up towards her, and you are now in front of her. She's kind of looking straight at you, but you dodge through all the zombies and make your way to the front. Right in front of her.
Shit. Would you let me try to snatch the amulet from the zombie in the same action, or would you like me to wait?
No, we're going to move over to the next people just
Okay.
to keep moving. Candace, or Corey, what are you doing?
Can I see the amulet from where I'm standing right now?
Does not seem to be visible at the moment. You could roll me a spot or survey.
Yeah. I imagine with my sense, I know like where. Nice.
Yeah,
Take the
crit success. Yeah, you take a crit success as you look over and you can clearly see the amulet. It's actually embedded to what looks to be in her stomach, but she seemed to be wearing some sort of gown and dress that was covering it, but you can just see through the glowing aspect of it.
I'm gonna take a shot at it.
Technically your survey would be to look, was your action to look out. You can point someone else to shoot, but you use your survey to look.
Okay, I'm assuming I'm standing next to John. I'm gonna say, John, the amulet's right there. Maybe we can take a shot at it.
Take a look over.
Okay.
Heavy caliber machine gun time. I guess try to shoot the amulet with another sharpshooter here.
Please, for the love of God, I am in between you and the
I'm
amulet.
gonna use back against the wall. This is a high stakes roll. It'll be my, or not back against the wall. I'm gonna use saw this coming. It'll be my last time for this assignment that I have it. I'm giving him an extra dice to roll because John and I have been through this a handful of times. So with me pointing it out, and
That is a mixed success.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a lot of ones there.
So as you fire away at it, you do kind of nail the amulet, but it starts to spark and react. It seems to push the amulet off a little bit, but unfortunately, as you are firing a heavy machine gun, Jeremy, take a wound as you are kind of in between it and the heavy machine gun.
I figured that's where that would go.
I mean, that's the only logical thing that would happen.
As I accidentally hit Jeremy, I go, "Sorry, Jeremy," and then I look over to Corey. Hey, I got him for you.
she winks at him.
We move back up to Candace. What are you doing?
She'll try to take a shot at it as well.
Sorry, Candace, I couldn't quite hear you.
She'll try to take a shot at it as well.
Okay, you're going to take a shot at it. Okay, you may attempt so.
If you miss and hit me, I will go unconscious. As Jeremy is now bleeding a little heavily from the 2 bullet wounds he has acquired in this.
How far ahead is Jeremy?
He's like
Can I
10, 15, like 20 feet.
can I try to move up so I'm not hitting Jeremy and instead I'm putting myself a little bit more in danger?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Because you're not firing a heavy machine gun, so you're not spray and pray. Heavy machine guns are kind of hard to pinpoint accuracy.
Oh.
That's a full failure. So what happens is, Candace, as you pick the gum at the fire and you go the fire, unfortunately what happens is that leech creature that was wrapped around your arm starts to dig into your flesh and enters your body, causing you to misfire completely. Take 2 bleed as the creature starts to infect you.
I'm already in contact. Not in contact.
Oh, you're out? Ooh.
Yeah.
As you watch over, you just see this leech creature entering the body of your friend, and you just see it swirling and creeping under her skin.
Is that the second scar you got on this mission?
Yep.
Jesus.
The leeches apparently are going to be Candace's big scare from here on out.
Storm's luck seems to carry over.
Yep.
Back up to you, Jeremy. You are in a tight spot.
I sure am, boss. So I saw where it sparked off the bullet.
It actually pried it off a little bit. So basically now you're capable of trying to reach in and grabbing it, if that was your plan.
I'm going to try to slip it out from the.
It's gonna be a strike if you're trying to rip this out. You're not gonna sleight of hand this, man. I'm sorry to say.
There. I will. Can I try to keep its attention on me then while they're shooting at it?
How are you gonna try to keep its attention?
Well, I'm right in front of it, so I imagine
Dance off.
dance off.
So,
I'll go grab the bed sheet.
but just describe me what you plan on doing. Like, this is a narrative game of description, man. Just like,
Yeah,
what are you doing exactly?
He's just kind of trying to stay in its line of sight, keeping it
Focused
more or less.
on you.
Yeah, looking more at him and trying to attack him more than.
I'm gonna
yeah.
say this is technically gonna be a move because you can't really distract in the sense that, hey, look at me. It's more of like you're trying to dodge it as it's trying to rip you apart.
Well,
So I'll say that's a dodge.
it'll come up. I'll take the mixed.
You got an option. So you do take a mixed success as you are dodging and doing weaving, but unfortunately, though, it does just backhand you as you kind of dodge out of the way, and it makes you stumble slightly, and you crack your head on the wall. That's a body.
I am unconscious.
Okay. Moving over to Corey.
That's just me and you now.
They say the amulet is on the verge of coming out, but it's going to take one last good thing to do it. Bullets might be a little tricky, just because obviously bullets don't pop out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, John, cover me. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try and yank it
Well,
out.
That one doesn't
Grab
go
her.
over very well.
I'm gonna grab her shoulder and go, no, 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 no. You cover me. And I pull out the silver machete.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll take a shot and provide cover fire.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is, because sounds like a two-way street, so this will be, Corey, your shot will make it so John doesn't have to use a move to get there.
Okay. I'm using my last two drives. Mixed success.
So mixed success. You start firing and firing. You take out a few of the zombies, no worries. But fortunately, a couple of them do get there, and one of those leeches leaps over and just gets onto fucking John's neck.
Oh, Christ.
John, you do take a bleed, but you are able to make your way towards and reach the fucking creature.
Like, grunt and rip the leech out, and then I'll do like a Superman jump, and then stab the silver machete into the creature, and then like twist it and pull it out to rip out the thing with a strike.
Okay.
I will use 2 drives on this. 4.
Ah,
This is where the dice start going bad.
Mixed success, so it's not unfortunately a full success. You don't pry the thing fully yet. Though it's now just hanging on by a thread, you figure another mixed success would pry it free. But as you do so, the woman just looks over at you and her mouth opens up, and as the amulet starts to fall out, she starts to shift and change, rapidly moving about and looking differently, and the human form begins... Oops, I forgot to load up the image for this one. Give me a second. The human form starts to shift and change, and it starts to mutate in front of you. Give me 2 seconds. As it starts to no longer look so much like a human, but more like a bipedal giant creature with his large, gaping open mouth. Claws start exploding from her body. Oh, why did the image not load? 1 second. And you see this large, open, gaping body, and tentacles, and the legs start to form and twist as you see her legs form together and form what looks to be a tail-like substance. As you do see this kind of a creature now staring at you.
Uh-huh.
John just sees this and he's like, man, you are one ugly motherfucker.
Unfortunately, though, you do take another bleed as it just radiates dark energy.
Alright.
Back over to you, Corey, as you see this thing. The amulet just barely holding on, and it has mutated this vast thing while the zombies are still moving around it.
Ugh. I'm gonna keep providing cover fire. I used my gilded last time, so I have one drive. I'm using it here.
Hey,
And
full
I
success!
Didn't even use it.
So you're able to keep all the creatures off of John, just firing it away. John, you're the zombies are not swarming you at all this time. Giving you a
Alright.
clear and open shot to finish this.
Gonna swing that machete right at the. Is this thing connected by like a thin chain at all?
It seems to be embedded into the flesh.
Alright, I'm gonna swing it at like the little bits of flesh that it's still barely holding on with to try to cut it off all the way.
Okay?
Go ahead and use 2 drives on this. Oops.
That's a full
I got a
failure.
resistance.
Yeah, but
Oh.
still, Jesus.
So we will redo this
Yeah.
next.
So, you cut into the flesh, getting the thing free. Unfortunately, as it does so, the creature kind of like wraps around you. And as it does wrap around you, it explodes in a violent thing as the amulet flies free. Take 2 bleed. As the thing
How dare you?
thing falls and collapses. Sorry, you needed a full success on that one.
We did it. We saved the
Wow.
city.
As the
You finally did it, Heath. You knocked me out.
Do you not have surprise? Do you have a blank?
There's-
I do not have a blank. I've used all 3 of my slots.
yeah.
Really?
As the amulet falls down, the zombies start lurching and stopping as the leech creatures seem to be falling off and collapsing all around you, Corey. And as you look over as the bodies collapse, you look down to see your 3 unconscious friends.
I'm gonna run over to John and like gently tap his face. Hey, stay with me. I need you.
At the end of that, all 3 of you start to kind of gather and wake up at this moment as the scene is over.
You alright?
What? The fuck happened?
I lost you there for a second. I was scared.
He looks around a moment.
Did we win?
Yes.
What do you mean you lost me?
I was worried. Yeah, you hit the ground kind of hard, John.
I just look at her and look at my hands a moment and look back at her and like, well, I'm still here.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. She smiles. I think it's over.
Thing is, all the bodies are. Do they like re-decompose?
It does look like when the leech-like things stop, some of them are starting to decompose in the flesh. Other ones still have natural flesh on them, as there were various versions of decay in this tomb.
God, it stinks in here.
Jeremy is going to be trying to stand up, but his hand is going to keep missing a handhold to help him support himself.
I'll walk over and help him up.
Thanks. It felt farther away than usual.
Yeah, it took a couple of hefty And I didn't even shoot you this time.
Who shot me? Everything's fuzzy. Where are we?
We're
Right.
it's
John gets up, stiff, rolls his shoulder a bit, covered in that creature's goop, probably.
Yeah, you pretty much are. You kind of look like the Ghostbusters.
What color is the goop?
Black.
What happened to John?
he's seen better days.
The thing blew up on me, I think. It hurt. Quite a bit, actually. Let's get out of here before those guards decide to come down here and investigate. I don't want to deal with them.
There you go, that's John.
I think I'm gonna need some help. I might have trouble with stairs.
Come on, big guy. I'll like put my arm under his arm and let him lean on me.
What are we doing here?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's getting hard to think.
Don't think too hard.
That sounded nicer than you usually would.
Oh my god, I have a concussion.
We'll walk
Are you
over
sure?
and help Candace up.
My arm feels really weird.
On your feet, soldier. You know how to fight yet? I look at her arm.
There seems to be something wriggling in like her hand.
John just has like this look on his face. You know, I'd tell you to go see a doctor and get that checked out, but I guess you are a doctor, so that's not normal.
I'll have to take a look at it later. We should probably get out of here. We still need to make sure we don't get attacked by the cops.
Yes. Let's
So,
go.
you guys exit out into the mausoleum area. As you do so, you do not see the guards are there.
Oh, also, I'll pick up that amulet if it's around.
Yep, you can definitely do that. Good idea. I was about to say, if nobody did that, that was going to lead to some very bad problems in the future.
John runs back in, picks it up. Whoop. Almost forgot the prize of the night. I want to deal with that shit again.
Comes back the next morning, like everything's 10 times worse.
Part 3.
As you guys get up, you do not see the guards there. You figure that they probably saw that the door was open. You do see that they slammed shut again, though.
Push it open.
We'll need a strike, actually, for this.
If I see that she's struggling with it, I'll push it open.
She actually, well, I changed my stats around, so that's actually going into strike. But
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, full success! You just watch this doctor fucking Spartan kick the door open.
she pushes it with her arm, like she'll shove forward, and you see her arm kind of rippling.
Oh, that still gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I'm usually not this strong. This is weird.
Who's the new girl? Who's the new girl?
That's Cyrus's granddaughter. You've met her.
Weird name to name your child.
Candace is her name. Are you alright? I'm gonna like. Are you?
His pupils are horribly different sizes.
Did you even take a hit to your head?
don't know. My head hurts.
Does he have amnesia?
Do you know who you are?
Yeah, Jeremy Esquire. You're John. This is Corey. That is apparently Candace.
Oh. Perhaps it's just short-term memory loss then.
Perhaps.
How short is short? Yeah, no big problem, I'm sure.
What was the last thing you remember?
Uh, uh, it hurts to think. I woke up on Corey's couch, and something about the lighthouse.
That was several days ago at this point.
You slept on her couch?
Yeah, after the issue with the wasps.
That was several weeks ago at this point.
Oh dear.
I probably not a whole lot that happened between now and then.
Definitely not. Perhaps we could take a look at you after.
No, just shakes his head at this. Yeah, let's get this back to Bertram so it can be buried under the jail, as it were.
That looks dangerous.
Locked away in a vault, never to be seen again.
That sounds dangerous.
I think it should be destroyed. I think they made a mistake not destroying it the first time.
I don't know if it can be destroyed.
They tried to hide it before.
But technically it wasn't hidden before. What happened was they kind of blew up a city to stop the thing. And then it got buried, and then we could find it.
Well, I think of a few things I'd like to destroy right now, but we won't get into that.
Like what?
I said we won't get into that. Maybe later, though.
What do you mean by that? Corey looks concerned.
He whispers something in her ear.
Oh no. Okay.
Guess I'll DM it to you, because this will be funny.
Her exact reaction.
He puts Jeremy in the back of the car and pulls out a stogie. Oh, you want to drive? To Corey.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Here you go. Hand her the keys.
She gets in the driver's seat, like, sort of 1,000-yard stare, and is beet red.
Don't I normally sit up front?
So you guys drive off back to the lighthouse, succeeding in your mission with stopping it.
Can we, like, drive by the house or the estate to see if, like, anything is visibly weird from the outside?
I mean, you can risk it if you want to.
I'll ask the group if we could just, like, do a slow drive-by.
I don't see the harm in driving by some rich person's house.
Sure.
Perhaps later.
Alright, I just really want to know.
I like to imagine that Candace, being a doctor, knows that I should not be trying to go to sleep right now, and Jeremy is trying his best to take a nap.
Please don't go to sleep.
Just a few minutes. We'll be at the chapter house.
No, you need to stay awake.
Uh,
I'll pour a glass of like water in Jeremy's lap, or like a bottle of water.
While
what
you're
have I ever done to you?
She'll
just-
try and. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
She'll try and like shake her hand in front of Jeremy's face, and Jeremy, you see in her palm like a small little hole in her hand, and you can see teeth.
What is that?
What?
You have teeth in your hand.
She looks at her hand. Oh, this is weird.
Don't let
Oh,
Abby
so that-
see that.
So
that
you
wasn't-
basically are doing Parasite.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. That's her hand now.
Oh, fucking not Migi, anything but that guy. I hate that guy.
What a prick.
Uh, So, as you guys look about you, back at you re-enter the lighthouse where Bertram looks over at you.
How did everything go?
How did what go?
Jeremy's lost his memories. The last thing he remembers was us finishing the Wasp mission.
My word, that's concerning.
It went as well as it could, I guess, considering we
No, it could have gone way
didn't
better.
die.
Cyrus has a granddaughter.
Yeah, they've met.
Yeah, well, in any case, I suppose in the morning we should find out whether or not your mission was fully successful. I wouldn't suggest heading by, checking any time too soon, for if you did what you think you were going to do, the Lord might be out for blood.
Oh, John, show him the amulet, the trinket.
Have you heard anything?
Well, it's only been about, 15 minutes since you've accomplished your task?
No, but what makes you think the Lord will be out for blood?
Well, judging from what John was telling me about this amulet, it was keeping his daughter alive.
There's a slight chance that
It cured her and brought her back to normal.
yeah.
Well, I suppose we could hope for that outcome. Again, I wouldn't risk it till the morning.
Are you telling me we possibly killed some innocent woman?
That innocent woman tried to kill you, almost killed me, and made Candace take a nap that she was not willing to take.
That's one way to put
By
it.
the way,
Corey's trying to be delicate with Jeremy at the moment.
Speaking of nap, I'm tired.
Sorry, John, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, you guys would notice that where John used to have blue eyes, now they have like this ever so mint green glow to them. And I'm gonna move a point from sway to sense for the scar, since this thing was tied to the underworld.
Makes sense.
John, what's happened to your eyes?
What do you mean?
He's minty fresh.
They've changed colors. Corey will like get uncomfortably close, trying to, or like, barring or not paying attention to social cues and like getting too close and just like looking at them with her brows kind of furrowed. They're
What do you mean they changed color?
they're
The
like
green.
green, like a glowing green almost.
Not my baby blues. No, he runs to the mirror.
Aww.
Those,
You
I
just
got
hear,
my...
what the fuck? Come from the other room.
I love how his reaction is, what the fuck, my eyes? Meanwhile, Candace has like a hand that's got like a mouth on it.
Hey, look, the only person who commented on it is someone who's not quite all there right now. You know, one less traumatic head injury to Jeremy, and he might have had a reaction.
I'm more referring to the character's response. Like, Hannah's like, huh, I have a mouth in my hand. And meanwhile, John's like, my eyes change color!
This is the worst day ever. My baby blues, they're no more.
I could have taken Jeremy. Just give me my eyes back.
God.
She's more just like this is very strange, but curious.
Something for Grandpa to write in his journal.
Something for her to examine as well.
Yeah.
Did she try to feed her hand something?
She does.
Like a piece of
Hungry.
bread?
It eats it.
Oh
I'm
my
not-
god.
I'm not sure if that laugh was in or out of character.
Yes.
Corey. Okay, so if that happens and Corey's anywhere near it, Corey will say, "Where does it go if your hand eats something? Like that's gotta fuck with your digestive system."
I don't know. Maybe it has its own.
And butthole.
But where does it come out if not your hand?
I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it later. Please don't tell my grandfather. I don't want him examining me.
Is he particularly bad for examination? Yes, he is.
Try and put your finger in it.
I don't know if I want to test that.
Oh man.
What about, like, your pinky finger, one you don't need?
I'd like to keep my fingers, thank you very much.
These
You
are
should put your
surgeons'
pinky
hands,
finger-
damn it.
Not anymore, they're not. If you can't trust your hand not to eat the person you're doing surgery on.
The hand can have a little brainstem as a treat.
Christ almighty.
He's like, now where did that pancreas go? Ooh.
Ow.
Your hand just turns to you. Feed me.
Feed me. I hunger for brain.
Well, this has been a rather eventful time.
Was it?
I don't know if I'll be back.
I wouldn't blame you if you weren't.
We just met. I couldn't have been that bad.
It was that bad because you
I
don't
have-
remember having met them.
I have a weird thing in my hand and a giant scar across my chest. I feel like it's very... This didn't happen... They went there a week ago.
Jeremy doesn't even remember his last week, so
I know
John
my.
finally walks back in.
are you alright, John?
Yes, I'll be fine.
Good heavens, your eyes are mint green.
I'm more worried about how they glow creepily in the dark.
Oh, they do that too?
The worst part
Yes.
is when he cries, it's green liquid, and Jeremy starts screaming.
Oh, jeez.
It's a good thing John never cries.
This is true.
He's too manly.
Accidentally drops tear gas at his feet.
It still doesn't cry.
He picks up the grenade, just huffs it, blows it out. Tear
Then
gas, huh?
Then someone chops an onion, and he can't help but
And
bawl.
it's over.
It's over.
Him huffing tear gas, strangely enough, gives fucking the same energy as my character rubbing gunpowder against her gums in fucking Unity.
There you go. There's John
Uh,
to the tear gas.
I don't even want to know.
What don't you want to know?
Nothing.
I was trying to test the quality of the gunpowder by rubbing it against my gun or gums like people do with Coke.
Ah, gunpowder.
It made sense at the time.
But not in real life.
No.
Did it make sense to determine? Did it work?
Did it work? I don't remember.
What was it exactly again you were trying to determine rubbing it? Whether it was...
It was good quality. I determined
Yeah,
it was
like-
good quality, I think.
Yeah, oddly enough, taste isn't a way to figure out if gunpowder is good quality.
Yeah, but I
so-
rolled a check. Like,
Yeah,
it was just a quirk.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah, like you were able to determine it, but the taste wasn't the deciding factor, oddly enough.
Says you. It's now canon that my character can taste quality in gunpowder.
They eat a lot of it, apparently. God, I can't wait for tomorrow's game. You will be traumatized.
I don't want to be. Oh man, I do want to be traumatized. Make me cry, Heath. Okay. So like, do we just sleep it off here and then find out the next day what happened?
So
Jeremy
I'm
does have a
gonna make.
question for Corey.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You seemed upset at me earlier. Did I do something wrong?
You remember my being upset at you?
No, you seemed upset when you came over to me. Last I recall, we seemed to have made up pretty well. I forgave you for shooting me.
Yeah. We didn't see eye to eye a couple times this mission.
Nothing we'll get over, I'm sure.
Yeah, you just worry about getting better, alright?
He's like laying down on his side on the couch, getting ready to fall asleep.
Okay, alright, what happens, Heath?
So, first off, I will make this a check for you guys for you to determine what you want. First off, did you want her to live or die? That is your call.
I vote live.
I vote.
Jeremy would also vote live.
Live.
Okay. So, the person with the highest sense may roll a sense check. You just need a mixed success. You don't need a full success for this.
I would assume that falls on me then. I've got
Yeah.
2 points in it.
I got 1 point in it now.
It falls to me.
Okay. You would find out the next day that the daughter lives. She is still ill, but not to the point of death anymore.
Like, on the road to recovery, or...
Basically, think of it, she'll live, but it's kind of like someone who got, God, trying to think of the goddamn disease from the fucking 20s that was ravaging the world, ravaging everybody.
Like polio?
Polio, thank you.
Good old
So
FDR.
she'll live, but with like a shitty quality of life.
Yeah, she'll be a cripple, technically.
Okay.
I can
You
accept
guys
that.
wish for somebody to be crippled?
Hey, look, I didn't wish for somebody to be
Well,
dead.
The mixed success was the cripple. Full success would have been full recovery.
I could use my resistance,
And then you could kill her.
and then I could kill her.
Use it. Fuck it.
No.
Look, she's wealthy. It's not like it's going to affect her like it would
Yeah,
a normal
I
person.
was about to say, she's got plenty of money. She could just hire somebody to walk for her.
Her quality of life will drop, but it won't like be unreasonable by any means.
Unbearable,
Yeah.
She'll have a nice gilded wheelchair. It'll all be fine. They'll have the elevators installed on other stairways.
Considering that John known many a soldier missing legs and arms and everything else from the war, she's better off than a lot of them.
I wonder if she remembers all the things that she did.
Remember what?
Don't worry about it, Jeremy.
Where has Abby been? Normally she's here.
Crystal, do we
Don't
want a
worry,
surprise Abby
Jeremy.
moment?
Camera cuts to her waking up in the rose bush outside the manor.
uh,
She's not here.
yeah, I will say though with that we will end it there tonight, guys, as we have successfully completed this mission after game 2.